Hi YouTube, this is Adrienne Torres with Ascension Soul Coaching, and tonight we're going to do a reading on Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. I promised you a reading a few days ago. I've been really busy, so I want to go ahead and do this reading for you because a lot of things have happened in the past couple of days. So let's get started with this reading right now. Okay? So today I'm going to do something totally different. I'm going to actually put the camera down and I'm going to do the video so you can see the actual cards as I shuffle them and they start falling out, okay? All right, let me put the camera down. Okay. All right, so today we're gonna use my new tarot deck, the Haunted House Tarot. There we go. Okay, so here we go. So the question is Jeffrey Epstein dead? Epstein. There we go. And the cards are, there's two cards. I need 3 cards. I'm going to start out with 3. Let's start this reading. Get 3 cards out quickly. Ooh, these are brand new cards I just bought. I'm still waiting on my Sherlock Holmes tarot. I'm so happy to have cards that help me tell me about mysteries. This is one, and the second one I have is called the Chair Deck. It's the 12 Chairs Tarot. And I'm going to use both of them tonight to look into this Epstein story. So we're going to start out with the Haunted Tarot first. All right, first card's falling out. Wait for the second card. Oh. Well, when that happens, if one's fall out further than the other, I'll take that one. Y'all see what I'm doing. These 2 came out. Okay, and then we need one more. Start out with 3. All right, so we got 3 cards. Okay, here are the 3 cards to start. This is the first one that came out, and it is, looks like it's death. The question was, is he dead? Looks like he is. Second card is, it's the Hangman. He is bones. He was hung. Okay. And the third card is, it's like Justice. No, this is the Cup. What is this? The hell? Can't be the Knight of Cups. So we have death. So of course, the question was, is he dead? Yes, he's dead. We have the Hangman, to me, which means someone hung him. He did not kill himself. They killed him. They tried to bury him in the walls of the jail. And we have the Knight of Cups, which is very interesting. He's an archangel. He was very seductive of getting people with him. This is done. He's transcended. He's gone. No more. But it's an elusive card too, because he's dead, but his legacy is still here. People still being impacted by him and what he did. The charm and the romanticism of his story still lives on. Of course, people are still talking about him. And there will be books and movies written about this man, unfortunately, about this whole case, because Look, he's on top of the city. He's rising up. Because he died, it leaves his legacy. It leaves a legacy. I don't know how else to put it. It leaves a legacy. And there's more things to tell. There's things to tell. See, he's holding something in his hand. There's a lot more to be told. And it will be told. Okay, so you killed me doesn't mean my story doesn't end. Okay? I'm still fighting from the grave. I've left things in place. That now I knew that if I died, certain things had to be released. Information will be released. So you killed me, but you didn't kill the story, because the story is going to still get out. So the people who had him killed are not protected, because he's left information behind. So yeah, that's what this is saying to me. Yeah, that's what it's saying. So he is dead. So that's the first part of the reading I wanted to do. So we're going to now use the the chair tarot, the 12 chair tarot. Now this is a Russian deck, and it's based upon this story called the 12 chairs, which is about this woman who on her deathbed tells her son-in-law about this jewelry that's stuck in these chairs. And these chairs get sold some kind of way. And he has to go chase these chairs down and try to find out where they are so he can get the inheritance from them. On the way, he meets a sidekick who happens to be a card artist who helps him try to help him find the cards. And on their race to find these chairs, they come up against this other guy, this nemesis, who also knows about the story, who's trying to thwart them from finding the chairs. And the chairs are never all together. But that's what these cards are based on. So it's another type of mystery-based cards, tarot cards. So what we're going to do now is pull these cards and see what will happen to the Jeffrey Epstein. What's going to happen as a result of the Jeffrey Epstein killing himself? What's going to be the result of that with the other people who are, the bigwigs who are involved? So the cards are starting to fall. Kind of hard to do this. Let's see. Okay. The other people who are involved. This is the middle row. I'm going to pull 9 cards. What are going to happen to all the people, the main ringleaders in this sex ring? What's going to happen to them now that Jeffrey Epstein has died? Take that. Okay, that's not good. 6 more cards, please. What's going to happen to these people once now that Jeffrey's passed? Oh, they're just sliding out of my hand. Concentrate. Prince Andrews and all the other big time people who know this guy, work closely with this guy, was friends of this guy. What's going to happen to them? I'm going to take these. Oh, last 3. I'm just going to take them because they're falling out. And this is what the cards want me to see. So I'm going to let you see all the cards. Hold on a second. We're going to start with the middle card. First one that came down was 6 of Cups. So there's a lot of nostalgia. People are going to want, oh, children, oh my goodness. Children, people watching children. And the children are playing with rusty toys. You know, are our children ever going to be safe from stuff like this, these sex trays? People are going to have to watch their kids closer because there are people always watching to take little kids in every country, not just overseas. Where Americans always think it's happening overseas, it's happening everywhere. So then you have, oh goodness, you have a game. This is a game of strategy. It's a game of strategy. So these people are still going to be dealing with children, but looks like there's a lot of strategy going on, a lot of planning, a lot of dealing in the back rooms, a lot of dealing, paying for the children. They're going to continue on this practice. It's not going to stop because of this. This is the Nine of Wands. Right? They may go about doing business a little different, but they're still going to do it. They're taking their chances. If you can see this card. They're taking their chances. They're taking their chances. And they're going to pay for children. Because this is a sickness. It's just like gambling. This is like, they're addicted. They're worried about what's happening. But they're still doing it. And the girls. This is Three of Pentacles. What's going to have to happen? A lot of these girls, they're going to have to find a new way of making money. This reminds me, if you look at, of Meghan Markle in the Vogue magazine. Her on her knees, fixing clothes, whatever. So, they're already saying that she has some connection to Andrew through Epstein, I'm not sure, but that's what they're saying. But the people are going to have to find a new way. Look, they're going to have to work through the night trying to make money. These girls, once these guys, some of these guys are going to leave them alone. And they're going to have to walk away. And the girls that they're supporting right now are going to have, they're going to be left in the dark. Trying to find a way to make money because they've left home and they have no home to go back to. Some of them are probably going to continue to stay in the field of sex trade because it makes money. They're dealing with the higher ups. They're not dealing with just average Joe people. Right? They're going to have to take all their tools out and work with them to create something new or something different for them to make money to continue with the lifestyle they're living. It's just the girls. And then you have, so we're going to go to the top. We're going to go to the bottom first. There's going to be new opportunities. A lot of people have to work very hard. This is the Ace of Pentacles to rebuild their lives. So that's telling me, let's read further. New opportunities, money. Okay. This is 14. So this is the chalices. This is the King of Cups. So this guy's got a cat. What does it mean, cats? I don't know if that's his pocket that's empty. Or his shirt's hanging out. Could it say something about bestiality? I don't know. But the King of Cups normally is somebody who's in charge of his emotions, nurturer, gentle person. So maybe we'll read further, but that's what it normally means. Right? And then we have reversed. We have the High Priestess. High Priestess is about the occult. It's about already knowing the answer. But in this case, these people are going to want to know, go to other people to try to help them figure things out. Like, where should they do? What's going to happen to them? They're going to go seek counseling and God, not counseling like counseling as such as I need to get help, but counseling with such as what's my next steps? Give me some tips. What does my future look like? If I do this, what's going to happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? You know. But they need to rely on their own inner knowing, but they're not, because they're lost. This thing with Jeffrey Epstein has just rocked their boat, so they don't know what to do. They're gonna ask for help, ask for guidance, you know. That's true. But it's reverse. It was reverse. So that means they're not going to follow their own. They're not going to follow their own true guidance. They're going to allow. That's it. They're going to rely on somebody else to tell them what to do, because they don't know what to do. This is a really sordid situation. It goes so deep. And then at the top we have the Chariot. So there's going to be some people making moves, man, boss moves. Some people going to make boss moves. They're going to be like, we got to get out of here. They're going to make some decisions that's going to impact other people. And in order to help themselves. Look, they're getting the heck out of Dodge. Going into hiding. Leaving the scene. Then you have the reverse of the Five of Wands, which is friendly banter. Like these two guys are fighting, bickering and fighting. But it's reversed. So they're fighting internally against themselves. Well, again, what should we do? Doing the right thing versus doing the wrong thing. Do I stay here? Do I go? Do I leave? Do I tell the truth or do I lie? Do I want my friends to be caught up in this? I hope you can see this card. My family? What's going to happen to us if people find out what we did? Who, maybe they're being blackmailed by other people. So many people do know what they've done. There's some people who did on a down low and they don't know, but there's a lot of people who do know. And with them raiding Jeffrey's Epstein's home, the police, the FBI, they all got a lot of information on these people, but they need people to talk as well. Who's ratting out who? But they're internally going through this, trying to figure out what to do, how to protect their own interests. Right? And I hope you can see this card. It looks very... Okay. It's reversed, okay? And then we have the Fool card. They're leaving. A lot of them are going to drop and run. They're going to leave these kids alone, leave them unprotected. They're young. They've been counting. You had the Stockholm syndrome. This little kid, some of these girls are going to be running after these guys because, one, these guys are providing a lifestyle for them. They're providing networking so they can meet richer people. Nothing they can do on their own. So they're loving this in a sense. I'm not saying it's right, people. I'm just saying, and they've been with them so long, they don't know what else to do. So they want these people because they feel, in a way, protected. They don't like what's happening to them, but they're getting something out of it. And if these guys just these rich people just walk away from them, where does it leave them? That's what they're thinking. There's panic. They're scared. These guys are just leaving them, not returning phone calls, tell them to get out their house. Some of them may be killed and murdered because they know too much. And they're like, this girl, nobody knows her, but she could talk, and I got to protect myself. So some little accident may happen to them that nobody think about because nobody knew a lot of people didn't know she was with him. Or even if they did, she ends up on the side of the road somewhere. I'm just telling y'all, these people are going to protect themselves any way they can. Some are very cutthroat. You got scared people who could lose their money, all their fortune. So over a girl that they just had sex with, the girl who they just had sex with is not important. You're not going to be the cause of me losing my fortune or me going to prison or someone coming after me. Which brings us to this reading, because under that, again, is the girls having to start a new life. Some of them will be blackmailing these guys or families, whoever's doing all this stuff to them. Whoever their captor is. so they can start their own business. And that's the card beneath them is the going to counseling, answering other people, not trusting themselves, going to someone else, trying to get them, help them figure out what their next steps is. Well, how is my life going to end up? What should I do? So those are those 3 cards in a row. Top to bottom. The guys are going to leave them high and dry, those girls. Girls going to either blackmail them to start a new business, or they're going to have to find a new way to make money because they've been left high and dry. And they're going to go seek counseling on what should I do. Some of this could be legal counseling. Should I tell? Should I not tell? How do I start my own business? How do I start my life over? So that's those 3 cards in a row. One, 2, 3. Then you got these cards in the middle. We're going to read them 1, 2, 3 across. These guys are fighting internally with themselves because they got to protect themselves. They're fighting with good and evil. Should I tell? Should I not tell? Should I stay? Should I go? What about my friends? Do I have any friends? Are they going to tell on me? Fighting with their addictions and I know this is a double card, but the issue is over children. They love dealing with younger girls, younger kids. So they're fighting internally over their addiction or their attraction to children. Or they'll get, as the King of Cups, they'll get control over their emotions and leave kids alone and find another healthier addiction or relationships. That could work. Hopefully it does. And then the last row, of course, is them leaving, laying low, getting out of town, but still have an addiction to gambling, taking chances, risks, and maybe going through back channels to start an opportunity working with another sex predator. We don't know. But that's how I'm reading the cards. What's going to happen is that it looks like these guys are going to leave, for the most part, going to leave these girls alone. These girls are going to have to start a new life on their own. And the guys, hopefully, they're internal turmoil over dealing with these young kids and maybe turn their sexual addictions into something more healthy because they're running scared right now. And after what happened with Jeffrey, I'm sure they're thinking that they know too much, it could happen to them. The ones that really want to know that this could happen to them because they know too much information. Too many powerful people already know who they are, how they operate, and that they could tell on them. Even Jeffrey's closest friends could tell on these rich people. Powerful rich people. And so they're just as much at risk as Jeffrey was. So they're risky opportunities. They took advantage of them. They've been fighting with their inner addictions and the sexual attraction to young children. And right now they're looking at how to turn that negative attraction to something that's more positive. They're leaving the girls behind. The girls are going to have to figure out a way to make money on their own, either through blackmail or some other opportunity, or they're left high and dry. And they're going to go, these girls are going to go to people and ask them for help, whether it's legal advice or it's life advice. They're going to go to someone and ask them how to move forward in their life. That is what's going to happen with the key players in this situation. Nowhere does it say that they're going to lose their fortune, though. Really, right now, they're focused on how do they get out of this trouble they're in. They know they need to put these kids down, not stop messing with these children. They are under a microscope right now. So whether it's long term or not, I don't know. But right now they have ceased and desist of having these young kids. The problem is the young kids, the young girls are in peril because they're going to be left high and dry. And some of them may be killed because, I'm sorry, they know too much. And these people are not going to play around with their fortunes or losing them over a woman or a young girl. They're just not going to. Jeffrey was murdered. And they put a hit out on him. Enough pressure was put out there, he had to go. And so some of these girls may be in a position where they're making their handlers a little afraid. And they would have to go too. Okay, so that's that reading. With the chair. And we're going to do one more reading with Meghan Markle's relationship with Prince Andrew and Epstein. We're going to do Andy, Meghan, Jeffrey Epstein, and see what her relationships were with those guys, if there was any connection, true connection. So we're going to read Prince Andrew first. Cards coming down, and his connection to Meghan. I'm going to pull 3 cards out for each of them. And I'll show you all the cards. So there'll be a total of 9 cards. And see if there's any connection between the 3. Oops. For Prince Andrew. Any real connection sexually? Did she know him before she married Prince Harry? Or met Prince Harry? These cards fell out because they're trying to talk. So I know the difference of being clumsy and them cards wanting to talk. I haven't used this in a while. So let's see. That's Prince Andrew. This is Meghan and her connections to these 2 guys. Meghan Markle, relationship to, here they come. 1, Meghan Markle and Epstein. Meghan Markle and Andrew. What is their relationship prior to her marrying or meeting Harry? Please let me know. All right. So there's a 3. For her, 3 for him. This is Epstein and Meghan Markle. What is the relationship? Okay, 1. Meghan Markle and Jeffrey Epstein. What was the relationship prior to meeting Harry? Her meeting Harry. Okay. We got 9 cards, people. So, I'm going to show you the cards. Don't worry. Okay. So, the first one here is Prince Andrew. I read 3 for him. There was a honeymoon with them. So I'm asking about stuff that happened prior to her meeting, not marrying, meeting Harry. This is Andrew and Meghan. There was some going on. Either they knew each other through relationships, sexual relationships, or they were in a sexual relationship. Maybe not a sexual. It says honeymoon. Maybe there was some kissing going on. Or she knew of kissing. So she knew of sexual escapades, maybe escapades. Maybe she knew him or seen him with other girls. Or he's seeing her with other men. In a way, not sexually, in a way like he saw her having sex, but he knew of her being or seeing her with other people that he knew. This is reversed. It says taker. Okay, it was reversed. In this, she's receiving water. She's receiving love. She's receiving a flow, abundance. He's pouring it on her. So, it was reversed. So he wasn't giving her love and abundance. He didn't give her any money. So he was not her sugar daddy. But now we have a power struggle, and I think there's a power struggle because they both know what was going on with the other. As I hear, he doesn't like her. I don't know if it's true, y'all. I'm just saying. So there's a power struggle between them. And on top of that, I was thinking about this today. If she met him prior to marrying Harry or meeting Harry, or even after she met Harry, and they weren't married, she would have been less than him. He's a royal, right? So she would have been less than him, just a regular normal person. He would have been a prince. Oh, googie-eyed prince, right? When she married Harry, she became higher than him. See, William is the prince. So when William was born, Andrew moved down one peg. Then Harry was born. He was moved down the second peg. Now, William has 3 children. He's even further. Now that Harry and Meghan are married, Meghan is higher than Andrew, and her child is in line before Andrew. So that changed the structure between the relationship. She no longer has to bend to him, because technically in the line of succession, I mean, she's not ever going to be queen or anything. Still, rank-wise, she and her child are higher in line than, well, her child is a lot higher in line than, say, Andrew, Prince Andrew. He don't like that because he knows who she is. Okay, so this is Meghan in this whole thing. There's common ground between all of them, her and Epstein and Andrew. Common ground. Yep. Beautiful gift. They both thought she was beautiful. And they wouldn't have minded being with her either. I don't think they've been with her though. But she would have been a beautiful gift to someone else. Like, she would have been one of the type of girls they would have, well, Epstein would have used to use in his ring if she was young enough. And it says, be open to love. This guy dreaming of her. See? But it was reversed. They didn't see her as someone they wanted to love. So I think they both thought they all had common ground with her. So they had something in common. They knew each other before she met Harry. She knew of people who knew them, and she had probably been in their parties or social or events So they knew of her and she knew of them. She's been around them before she met Harry. And she knows people who got her into that position, who were on and that traveled in those circles. They saw her as a beautiful gift. Like, yes, she would be one of the girls if we could use, but they weren't open to using her. She was good to look at, but they weren't willing to. She was too old. She was not part of their circle. She was cute. They've seen her before. They thought she was pretty, but she was not part of their circle. She probably has been in their circles. They saw her, thought she was beautiful. Maybe they kind of helped her out a little bit, or someone they knew helped her out, but she wasn't part of their circle as far as the sex ring. But she's been around them. She was around them, and probably not much, prior to meeting Harry. So she was known to them. And then we have Epstein, whatever. Reversed. He wasn't a bless. So this is a blessing card, where someone comes in and help you and a friend and gives you shelter, mentors you. It's reversed. So she did not see him as a blessing. He did not help her so much, and she didn't see him as a blessing. Then we have runaway. So she saw a lot of people who were runaways around him. This is reversed. They ran away, but they were stuck with him. Or she saw girls who wanted to get away from him, but could not. She didn't want to be one of those women stuck in that type of situation. That wasn't who she was. Oops. Hit me on the head because I popped out. And so this is the last card for Epstein and Meghan. It says withdrawal. So I hate that you cannot see these cards. Here it is, withdrawal. Because you see her at the top and him at the bottom. Because she saw him going down real fast. She knew what was going on, and she knew that wasn't going to last and that he was going to be found out. Because he was dealing with young children, so she stayed away from him. And look what happened. He ended up in jail, and she became a princess, a duchess. So they had common ground. They circulated in certain circles. When she moved to Canada and tried to find her a rich... Remember, she said she wanted to find her a rich Englishman. So that's what made this common ground. She hung around people, or was introduced to people who knew them. Andrew and Epstein. They saw her. They knew that she was beautiful. They knew what she was looking for. They knew, okay, so they knew she wanted a knight in shining armor. And she wanted to be a gift to that knight in shining armor. But they weren't interested in helping her. It says open to love. They looked at her. Yeah, she's cute. She's that. She's not our type. But this is why this is reverse. So Andrew is in a power struggle with her. Epstein is dead. She kept away from Epstein. That's not the lifestyle she wanted. But because she knew of Prince Andrew's relationship with Ansett, up front she saw it. She saw the girls with Andrew, or Andrew saw her with other guys, but I think this is mostly she saw Andrew with other girls, or knew of it, was told of it. Either she didn't want what he could give her, or she turned it away. She didn't want it. So, that is my reading. This girl knew them. Even if it was one party, she knew of them. She was told stuff about them. Power struggle, because he knows she knows. She knows she has seen him in this situation. He's probably said something to her, flirted with her, then come find out that she's with Harry. And that's why they're in struggle here. And Epstein's gone. She stayed away from Epstein like the plague, because she's one, she wasn't a child. Two, she didn't want to live that lifestyle, and she didn't like him. She didn't like him. So she stayed away from him. And that type, she let people know, I don't want to be around that. Whatever her thing is, they call it the yacht girl, whatever. Well, that she was a grown woman. This is young children stuff. So she did not want to be in no sex ring, nobody's sex slave. She couldn't be a sex slave. She has to be the one in charge anyway. So that's why she stayed away from him. She didn't want to be controlled by anybody. Not like that. So, and there was no ring at the end of that. You know, you're saying she's not marrying into that. That's just them having sex and having their way with her. So she had to play hard to get what she wanted. You can't just give it up and think they're going to marry you. That type of man going to marry you. Normally they don't. So she knew that. Stay away from that type of thing. But Andrew knows, she knows about him. She's probably seen him in action. Or he said something to her trying to get with her and she turned him down. But at the end of the day, Epstein is dead and she's in a power struggle with Andrew. Andrew ain't gonna never tell nobody why. He ain't gonna tell enough people why that matters. But does that mean she can blackmail him? Heck yeah, she could. She knows a lot of people. She knows enough to hurt people, to get people in trouble. So they're gonna walk around her with eggshells. I think a lot of them know what Prince Andrew was doing. They didn't like it, but the Kensington or Buckingham Palace kept it under lids, but now they got a person who you call what? A loose cannon who got information on them, on one of them. So we'll see what happens. We'll stay tuned. That's my reading on that. I really truly think that they're going to be watching her, and Andrew's going to be up in arms for a little bit because of the information she knows about him. So she better watch out and be careful. So anyway, that's my reading for that tonight. I hope this was informative. I hope it helps you. It can happen in America. It can happen in Asia. It can happen in Europe. It can happen anywhere. In America, we have to be vigilant about our children and keeping them safe. The network runs deep and wide. So Jeffrey, you know, when they pulled his body out, they said they were pulling his body out of the jail the other day. They showed his picture. Let me tell you why they showed you his picture. Because at first I thought, no, he ain't dead. Well, what I do know, I think he is dead. I just think that they murdered him. They let people in the jail who were already there. You know how they do. If you were in there for life, and you promised me that you let me out, and I'm in there for killing somebody anyway, and you want me to kill him, and you gonna give me some money and my family money and let me go free? That's what probably more likely happens. It was an inside job. Someone outside put a hit on him. A lot of people. It was a lot of demand to put a hit on him. And they're trying to blame it on the guards now. The guards didn't have nothing to do with it. The guards said walk away. They were told to. Go to lunch. Go take a nap. We got this. Don't worry about it. And we know we're going to, were the guards really guards? Did they bring in new people and say they were guards? Plant them in there so they could kill them? And there's no video. There was nobody watching. Trump knows what happened. Barr knows what happened. Too many high-up people know what happened. They put a lot of people said, no, he got to go. He got to go. I just didn't believe the story that he just died. When they said breaking news, I think it was it Saturday, breaking news, and his picture came out, I said, that man's dead. And it won't willingly. And then I thought about it when I saw the picture of him when they were wheeling him out. I said, that doesn't even look like him. He looks like an exaggerated version of him, But then as I started reading these cards, I tried not to think about it too much this week. And then I saw a couple of news stories people were talking about. Of course, it's a very hot topic. But what I thought about when I was reading the cards is that they wanted him to be seen. See, the rich people put a hit out on him and said he has to go. So to show the whole world, not the whole world, everybody who wanted him dead, that he was dead, because they don't, usually when somebody die in jail, you don't see their body come out. Even when they're hurt or whatever, you don't see their body come out. Man, we we kind of like, we're very particular about showing those types of scenes and letting anybody know that. So how did the news people get there to get those pictures? You know what I'm talking about? So even when they're electrocuted, you may see the gurney come out, the body's in the bag, and you don't see the face. Maybe you might get pictures like that. But you rarely see somebody hurt or sick coming out of prison when he just supposedly killed himself or put himself in a situation, then he finally died. So those pictures were allowed to be seen on the news so that the people who wanted him dead had verification that he's dead. Here is his picture. Here is his, now you know he's dead. There he is. He's been wheeled out and he's dead. So, sordid. It's very sordid, people. So anyway, that is the reading for the night. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And we need to stay tuned and stay plugged into what's going on, because this world right now is upside down in so many ways. This is not that this has happened today or yesterday or Saturday. I mean, this stuff has been going on for years in different countries. People using people as sex slaves. I mean, this is it. We need to be very mindful of stuff like this. And we need to also teach our children about the sanctity of their sexuality and who they are as a person and their self-worth, so that they don't get caught up in this mess. Sometimes they're stolen and put in sex rings, unfortunately, but then some of them go into it willingly. I mean, thinking that it's a safe haven, that there's money to be made doing this, because a lot of them, at least, I'm not gonna say at least, they're smart. They're not just going to be the average prostitute or call girl. These are people who are really dealing with higher ups, people who can really put them in positions to make a lot of money and to meet other wealthy people. But I mean, there's all kinds of sex rings out there that different echelons of people playing. So anyway, as I said before, this is a reading. I hope you all enjoy it. I have a couple more readings I want to do this week, so stay tuned. I've been busy with a lot of other things going on and reading. So anyway, see y'all later. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them below, or you know how to reach me through my unique life coaching 33@gmail.com or Ascension Soul Coaching. I get my emails mixed up. Ascension Soul Coaching @gmail.com. If you want a reading with me, or if you want to leave me a donation, I welcome it. I work hard and I love what I do. So if you have any questions for me, let me know. Because one thing we know, I'm going to pick a card, Cards don't lie. And there'll be something else to talk about tomorrow. All right. Sayonara, people. See ya.